Hey Flosstube, I am Danielle and this is my channel, Love and Stitchin'. This is a channel about cross stitch. I'm excited to share with you what I've been working on over the past few months. It has been way too long since my last video, but that is a part of life. Today is Thursday, November 9th, I want to say, 2023, so we're getting ready for Thanksgiving. I just had a few minutes, so I thought I'd pop in and try to get a video in before the holiday crazies of some things that I've been working on. You know, life has been busy, so there's not been a ton of stitching time. I'm also trying to get my ornaments done, and so the finishing has been taking place of stitching in some instances. So, but I do still have some things because it's been a few months. I am in a new location, so my husband has been working inside the house with the weather, which today it's nice, but he's still inside where I normally film is on the other side of that wall is where his office is. And I tested it out and you could hear him talking on the phone with work stuff. So I was like, well, I probably should relocate. So I'm in my living room. You can see we're trying to decorate. So I've got my Christmas tree up. This will be my stitchy tree. It goes up, I think it's a 6-foot tree. It's my brand new one. I used to have a 4.5 foot. So I've now like an extra 1.5 foot on my tree. And then this is where our village goes. So we have a village display up here, and that is already put out. The rest of the house is kind of in shambles as we're trying to get Christmas put up. I'm hoping to get that done quickly so that we can enjoy the rest of the season. There's a lot of Christmas. I love Christmas. We have a lot of decorations, so it takes a while to get it up. And then I want to be able to enjoy it, so we can start early. And I know there's a few others who do as well. I was listening to Annie, the Proper Stitcher, and she was talking about how they decorate early as well. I think my brother-in-law, he won't decorate early, so it's to each his own. I hope you're enjoying whatever season you are in with your decorations. I do have a small Thanksgiving display, and the beginning video is going to be like my fall intro because technically we're still in fall. And I don't have all my Christmas stuff up yet, so I can't put together anything until it's all put together, but it'll be together soon. But I'm just going to go ahead and jump into everything that I've got. So I have a lot of ornament finishes because that's been a huge focus for me. So these are in no particular order. It's kind of just all here in a row, and then we're going to go for it. So anyways, the first one that I'll share is, this is a sled ornament, and I'm going to finish it as a sled, but I've got the sleds that are from Hobby Lobby, and I painted them like this, a darker blue. So when I do my ornament parade, which I am still planning on do this year, I will share that finished with you. But it's from the Just Cross Stitch December 2020 magazine. And there's two, but these are teacher gifts. And so I decided to do this, a snow theme for my teacher gifts for my kids. So I'm gonna show all 4 of them. I diligently worked on these as car pieces whenever we were driving to like soccer or something like that. So I stitched everything on the outside, and then I ended up just filling in the car, which was super easy. So my son was kind of counting down as I finished each one in the car as we were going to soccer or whatever activity. So these are done. I'm glad to have the teacher gifts done. Now I just have to finish them and then figure out everything else that's going to go with them. I haven't quite gotten all of the rest of the gifts to go with. I'm thinking like a mug that's got snowflakes or something on it. I usually give a tea towel that's a specialty design from one of the like local craft stores or craft markets that we like to do, but I've only found one so far, so I need to find some more. Excuse me, still getting over some sinus infection stuff. It's that time of year, the weather changing. Kate the Stitcher, Kate Cross Stitch, I'll look it up and link it below. She is on Facebook, Instagram, and she has a Facebook group, and her patterns that she does a lot of stamp patterns are on 1, 2, 3 Stitch. She's doing a free stitch along of mugs, and they're teeny tiny and adorable. One comes out each Wednesday, so there was one yesterday that just came out, and I have started it, but I finished the one from last week, and this is my finish on it. I am there in the top. There are like there's a cookie in the whipped cream, but I'm not going to do that for these mugs. I'm just going to do like the mug design, and I'm only doing I think 3 of them. I decided. So this one, the one this past week, and I can't remember the other one. I think it might have a snowflake in it that I'm gonna do when it comes out. But they're super quick and easy. This is 27 count Linda fabric, but it's from overseas and they don't have like a name on their fabric. They have like a number, but it's like a vintage country mocha type fabric. I think I use all my own numbers. I've been out of practice of doing a Flosstube, so bear with me on this. I use my own colors and just what I had in a bag from other projects that I've been working on. And sorry for my light. I'll try to come over here. The light might be better on that side. So that is another little ornament that is done. I think I was working on this one the last video, but I can't remember. This is by the French Giraffe. It's called Peekaboo Santa. He's super cute, easy square. I've got all of the finishing picked out for him of what I'm gonna put him on, and now I just gotta actually do it. So I've gotten, if you follow me on Instagram, I've picked everything out. I'm just kind of in stages of finishing everything. So now I just have to go through and finish all of them to where I can do my annual video for ornaments that I would really like to get done. This is about French Giraffe. She's on Etsy, and I think I used my own colors again. And then this is on 28 count Coffee Tea-Dyed Monaco. So that is that little guy. He's super cute. She's got a lot of other ones that are like 4x4. I don't have the patterns because I printed them out and I don't know what I did with them, but that's essentially what it looks like. So I do have the pattern for this one. This is Heart and Hand Snow. I have a tree that is my winter themed tree, and so I needed some more that are winter themed because I'll keep it out in January into February. Normally February I'll start putting out my Valentine's decor. So I did finish this one super quick. I think it's on, again, one of those 27 counts Linda from overseas that just has a number. So this is what I have done. Mostly my own colors. I think I did use the right blue. It's 930 for that, where the snow. Yeah, snow is DMC 930. And then I used like a white and like a dark gray. I don't know if you can see that. I am waiting from a 1, 2, 3 stitch order to put in the cardinal. And I've already got the piece picked out for this one to go on as well. It's like a little snowflake that I painted white. There's a little tease. I don't have this pattern anymore, but I showed it on my last video. This is a Prairie Schooler train that is in the Just Cross Stitch ornament, I want to say 1997. And it was one that Made by Michelle McGraw sent me, and I've now passed it on to someone else. And there is that finished. And I think I used all the called for colors on this one. And it's on a 28 count Mushroom Lugana. So this one is for my husband because he loves trains. All right, I think I had started this one too, but I finally finished it. This is one of the Sassy strippers by Stitching with the Housewives. And I used called for colors except for the blue. I ended up doing really tealy because of my fabric. It calls for Tropical Paradise, which is a little bit lighter. But I needed, because I used it's 28 count Glacier, I think, is what this fabric is. And so the really tealy is in the snowflakes and around, so it needed to be a little bit darker. So this is my second Sassy stripper. And then there was a freebie that came with, I want to say, the snowman. And I stitched that one up. So this is Joy by Stitching with the Housewives. And again, that 28 count Glacier. I want to say it's Picture This Plus that does that one. So it's so cute. I love that little guy. And then, so I was trying to do 3 ornaments for my kids, each one. That did not happen. I ended up getting 2 for each of them. I'm still working on my son's second one, but that's okay. Next year I can try again. But for my, let's see, I'm gonna put them all 3 on here. My husband, my daughter, my middle daughter, and my son, I ended up stitching a Super Mario theme. So for Halloween, we were the Super Mario characters. My son is very much into Super Mario. My daughter likes to play with him as well. Mario Kart, and they love the movie, everything like that. So I stitched these little guys up. I got them from ChocoCocoStitch on Etsy. And they are on 25 count Vintage Country Mocha. So there are the 3. The Princess Peach is going to be for my daughter. Toad will be for my husband. And Mario is for my son. and they are very cute. I've already got how I'm going to finish them as well, and looking forward to getting them done. Moving right along, I'm gonna slow down. I'm sure I've mentioned this on previous videos. I speak very quickly. You can slow me down. I am very sorry. I also watch my Flosstube on 1.5 speed, so everyone talks really fast. But I do that because I won't be able to get through everything that I want to watch. I need to watch it faster because my time is so limited. So I want to get through everything and be able to watch everything. So everyone speaks really fast, so then I think that translates to me speaking fast, but I will try to slow down. I caught myself and I was like, I am talking really fast. Let's try to slow it down. Also, I love Gilmore Girls, and they talk ridiculously fast, and so I think I just kind of pick up on that. Okay, so I'm slowing it down. This is Living on the Rainbow. I'm gonna fold it. Home for Christmas card, and I wrote my notes on here to where I stitched it on. There's not a picture of the back, but it is 27 count Linda Vintage Country Mocha is what I stitched it on. And it is it's supposed to be like a stamp is what it's gonna look like. So it's very big because I stitched it on a larger count fabric. But this is the front, and so you finish it and then there's a back. And this is the back. So it's supposed to look like a letter, essentially. And so I'll finish it very much like Priscilla and Chelsea do theirs, except for it's not going to be like backing fabric. It's going to be the two pieces together. So putting them together on sticky board, and then they do a like a trim around it, I think. So you can see like the trim kind of, it comes over here. So that's how I'm going to finish it very similarly to how they did it. But with like hot glue, because I need things fast. Okay, so that is, oh, no, I'm gonna show this one before I move on. This is gonna be my daughter's stocking holder. I meant to bring one of my other stocking holders, but I did not grab it. So you'll see the finished product when it is done. My husband has to cut the wood still and put it all together because it's 2 wood pieces that go together, and then there's a hook. And then I have to stain the wood and do the stencil for her name, and I still have to cut this piece out because I haven't done it yet. So this is in Cross Stitch and Needlework 2015, Holiday 2015 edition. This is the magazine, and I have stitched, there's a pattern on there so I can't show the whole thing, all of them because there's a lot of people in our house. So it's the Naughty Reindeer tree, and there is those 3. I think I can show the other ones. I'll show the pattern. There we go. And those 2. So my middle daughter is actually the caboose because we didn't have when I stitched these, she was the caboose at the time. But the one that I stitched is this one. That is not the one I stitched, actually. That was for my son and my sister-in-law. I stitched that one. My husband is the engine. I am these guys, and then this is for my brother-in-law and the new baby. That's the one that I stitched, was the 3 reindeer with the tree. So it's not a reindeer tree. It is on perforated paper and mostly called for. I think I may have changed some of the colors just to whatever I had on hand. I am a little bit lazy, I guess you could say, with my stitching lately. I don't want to go and have to sift through colors because everything's not super organized like it needs to be right now, and so I just pick things that are close to what it is, and it works. So this is the finish of him. Lots of backstitch, but it turned out really cute. And the backstitch is very necessary for these pieces. So I just have to go through and cut them out now. And he'll glued onto the wood piece that will be her stocking holder. My sister-in-law makes all of their stockings from, I want to say they're Busilla kits, maybe. They're like felt. Stockings are beautiful, and she's done a great job. So she's done that for all of my kids, and I know she's working on the babies still right now. Okay, I've got 2 more finishes. So all of my finishes are very small. This is the Wee Santa 2023, which is the, I showed my finish on Instagram. This is with Stitchy Friends, Jen and Sarah. And so there it is. I did get to go to Keepsakes when we went to Ohio in September over Labor Day. And so I did, this is part of my keepsakes haul, so you saw a keepsake sticker on there, so I did get it there. And then they announced the sale after I'd already gotten it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stitch it then. So this is on 32 count Coral Canyon by Color and Cotton. It was the June Club of the Month that came. And here is my finish. I did make a couple changes on him. So let me look at those. And I did actually write them down. So look at that. I changed the grain to Classic Colorworks, not Country Cottage. Spinach, and then for the blue I used old blue jeans. I think that's just because I didn't have the called for blue, so I just made my own blue. And I wanted to finish him as an ornament, but I've not found anything that I have, and he's pretty big, so I'm not sure. Maybe a pillow. I do have a few pillow finishes that I'm gonna have to be doing for my ornaments, which means I'll be pulling out my sewing machine for those. So maybe that's how I will do them. But I had a work trip. I started a new job in September, and then in October I had to travel to California for work, and so I was on the plane because Tennessee to California is like 5 hours if you have like a straight there, but I did not have a non-stop flight. I had 2 flights, so they were each like 2.5 hours plus the time in the airport, and then on the way back I did have one like 4-hour flight. And so I had lots of stitching time that weekend, and that was the weekend that this sale started, so that was perfect. So I started this one in the airport while I was waiting to fly out. I worked on it the entire day that I was on the airplane. I decided that I was going to stitch every single flight. I was not going to sleep, I was going to stitch. So that's what I did. It was great. Lots of stitch time, and got a lot done that weekend. All right, my last finish is Plum Street Samplers Autumn Cottage, which I did show this one as progress last time. Megan, the Seattle Stitcher, had started it, and I saw her stitching it, and I loved it. And so I decided I had just bought that pattern from Stash Unload, and I decided to go ahead and stitch it. I don't actually have noted what I stitched it on. I think it's on my Instagram, so if I have it, I will pull it up. And I did change some of the colors, but really the only color that I changed, I think, was this purplish gray color, because when I pulled it, it was like a brown when I pulled the call for color. I can't remember which one it is. And I didn't like it. And so I actually pulled out a bunch of colors and asked my husband to help me pick one that was closest to the picture, because I really liked what the picture looked like, but the color that I was stitching did not look like that. And so I did end up changing that color, and I'll have to look back what it was that I changed it to. It was a fancy floss. I think it was a Weeks Dye Works maybe. But it stitched up very cute. This is on a 36 count, I do know that much. And I really enjoyed working on this one. I was so excited to get it done. So I did get a fall finish this year. Okay, so that is my finishes. So mostly small things, ornaments, things like that. I do have some new whips, new starts, those kind of things, but I've got them all kind of lumped in together, so bear with me on that. This is a whip that I did share in my last video that I had been working on. This is Things Unseen Mystery Sampler by Lizzie Kate. It is a 3-part mystery, but all 3 parts can be bought on 1, 2, 3 Stitch as long as they have them in stock. I did have to wait until they were in stock when I got them. I can't remember where I was last time. I think I had gotten, I don't know. Anyhow, this is where I'm at now. I think, I honestly can't remember, but this is on Color and Cotton. It is from the November 2022 sampler, I think. So this is from last year, a piece, and I've just got it on this big piece of fabric. I haven't cut it down. I won't cut it down until I'm ready. So I don't think I've made a ton of progress since my last video. Maybe it was up here and I came down here a little bit, but I wanted to work my way down to the flower pots, so I did that much at least. And it's been like 2 months since I've worked on this one. But I did work on it a little bit since my last video, so I thought I would share. I am using colors that I just picked. So once I'm done, I will make a list of those colors. All right, so I had another new start that was on the plane, and this is I'm sure everyone has seen it, Primrose Cottage Autumn Quaker. I bought the kit, so that was technically some of my haul, I guess. The finishing kit and the pattern and everything that came with it. So I'm stitching it all called for, except my fabric is, do I have the sticker still on this? Well, I don't know what my fabric is. It's from 1 2 3 Stitch, I know that much. Oh, no, I wrote it down. It is 32 count mushroom, white mushroom Lugana. I did write something down. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to be a little bit more organized. Is that how it goes? I think it goes like this. Yeah, like that. I started in the upper right-hand corner, which is how I start generally. Or sometimes I'll start the lower right corner, but I'm usually a right starter. So I was working on this on a, I think it was like a 35-minute plane from Charlotte to Chattanooga. So it was a very short time frame that I had, but I wanted to at least get it started. And I think it'll stitch up quick once I kind of get into it, but that probably will not be until next year because I'm mostly done with my fall stitching. Let's see. Since I was talking about this one, I'll share these two next. Well, hold on. I've got one more fall piece that we'll show. This is a whip from, I want to say, I started it for Mania one year and did not realize that I'd already stitched it once. So I've not been like super motivated to finish it because I have a finish that was displayed. And I think it should be in my pictures in the beginning because I've already put all my fall decor away. But this is Heart and Hand Blessings. So it's an older pattern. I don't know what year it is. 2002. And I have been working on the pumpkin. So anytime I don't have a piece in the car with me, I've not brought something with me, this little bag has just been in the car. So I've just been working my way up that pumpkin. And I have the pumpkin finally finished and working on the granary. And so now all I've got is the leaf and the border and the words. And that'll be ridiculously fast. This is 28 count coffee tea dyed Monaco and my own, well, some of the called for and then some of my own. And I realized it didn't have all the colors kitted up in this when I was trying to work on it. So I had to like work around. Sometimes I do that. Okay, so this is my son's last ornaments. This is from Charlotte's Collectibles, Sports Santa's 1. I got this pattern probably from 1 2 3 Stitch over a decade ago because I've stitched the football one for my husband. And maybe I'll share that one when I do my ornament finishing video. My goal is to do it in this shape. These were stitched on perforated paper. I am not stitching it on perforated paper. And so I had my mom finished it for me. I think 2006 is when I stitched it for him. No, 2016? 2016. I didn't know him in 2006. 2016 maybe. And she stitched it into like the shape in a pillow. I'm a little bit intimidated, but I think I'm gonna try to do that for my son. So I'm doing the soccer one for him and I will put his name in there and the year. And I am just working on finishing all of the white fill-in. So it's coming along, and then I do still have all of the back stitch. There are a ridiculous amount of mistakes in this piece. I started stitching this one before my last video, and then I kept working on it on the plane, and I don't know what happened, but I just, like, these leaves are supposed to be over 1, I think, so I just moved everything over 1. There's an extra line here in his face that's not supposed to be there. I've got to come back in and fix the star that needs an extra gold, so I've got to go put that in. There's something over here with his glove. I mean, it's not gonna, none of it's gonna make a big deal, so I didn't rip any of it out. I just left it. I was like, it's fine. And you're not gonna be able to know any different. And when I go back stitch, you still won't notice. But I don't know why this one has just been so tricky. It's stitched on, I want to say this is either 28 or 32 count. It's a mystery fabric. I had coffee tea dyed a whole bunch of just small pieces that I had. And this is just a scrap piece that I grabbed and was working on. And mostly called for colors, probably a few changes in there. And then I just have this in a bag that's got a whole bunch of ornaments that I want to stitch. So like this series that I want to do, and this is some fabric that I dyed that I want to stitch on that I like. So I've just got these several ornaments and things in this bag that I want to work on, but I've got to get his finished first. That is priority. I have 2 priorities. That's one of them to get done. And then this is the next one for the cake cross stitch. It's again on that 27 count Linda, and it's a little reindeer face, and then there's just a little mug around it. So I just gotta finish the face. He's almost done. I started this morning before all the kids woke up. I think I started at like 6 a.m. before I had to get kids ready for school. So I only had a few minutes, but I wanted to at least get him started, because once he started, then I can just pick him up and keep working on him. Another one, I had a few minutes one night to start. This is a very sad start. Talk about sad starts. This is a sad start, but I really wanted to start him. This is Christmas Nativity Square by A New Creation Studio. Allison very kindly gifted me this piece, knowing that I love to stitch the manger and nativity, and so I was very grateful for that. I did end up changing my finish, my piece on this. This is a 36 count, and it's a mystery linen, but I did count it and I noticed that it was 36 count. And in true fashion, I have my needle still stuck in there on a stitch. Anyhow, so this is from a mystery bag that I got from Color and Cotton, but it's a blue and it's gonna work. So I just am starting on that border and working my way. And I think I'm almost to the end of it. So it's not gonna be, maybe I still have a little ways to go. I don't know. Anyway, I'm working on that. But I'm using, I want to say called for colors. I kitted this up a very long time ago. And I just had like 15 minutes one night. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and start this. But I have this piece. The reason why I decided to do it, I was initially going to do it on 32 count. And then I'm pretty sure this is 36 count. It was a mystery bag of 32 to 40 count linen. But it's either 36 or 40, I think. I had some trouble counting it. I don't know why. But I have this wood piece that I want to finish on. I think I got this from Walmart. Yeah, Walmart. I got this. So I'm hoping it'll fit down here. And then it'll be an easy finish. That's my hope, that it'll fit. I haven't measured. I'll just find something else if it doesn't fit. But that's my hope. Who has time for measuring? I at least do not. I've got 2 more. I'm trying to decide which one I want to show. Let's do this one. This is my other priority piece because it's for a friend. But the problem is, okay, I'm gonna show this. Part of the pattern. It is a piece, I think it's by Coat Thread Philippines, maybe? So my, one of my very best friends, her mom passed away a few years ago, and she was a cross stitcher, which I actually didn't know until afterwards. And she had a pattern that she had started. And so my friend knows that I stitch. I've stitched samplers for her, all 4 of her kids. They have them hanging up in their house. And so she gave this to me and for me to finish. And I don't know if she knows that I'm going to finish it and give it back to her. I can't remember if we had talked about that, but like a year ago she gave it to me. I wasn't able to get it done last year. So I guess this is from the Philippines, but it's a ballerina. Her oldest daughter, who is 13 now, did a short stint in ballet. She's now an amazing gymnast, but she did a little bit of time in ballet. So I think her mom started this probably for her granddaughter. And so I wanted to pick it up and I want to finish it for her. I wish the lighting were better but you'll see it here in the finish. So it was a kit, and her mom did a great job of like keeping track, so it wasn't super difficult for me to, like, she highlighted it and marked out parts of the pattern to figure out where it was. I will insert a picture here so that you can see where it was when I received it. So now you'll know kind of where I am at with it. And again, another one where my needle is just hanging out up front. So let's finish that stitch. Okay, so this is very big because it's on 14 count white Ada. So this is where I am at. She had already done like the bouquet and some over here of the skirt. So what I did is I went through and I have like these big chunks of color that I'm just gonna go back in and fill in because that's super easy to do. So I just went through and outlined those big chunks of purple because I'm sitting on the couch. My Sammy's gonna come join us. And Started working on her legs. I actually started working on that last night. I had 30 minutes, so I started working on that and then working my way up. There is a decent amount of back stitch in this. And then once I get to like her head where her hair is, there's a lot of color changes. And this is not my usual type of pattern to stitch on. Number one, but it's been great to come back to Ada, which is what I used to stitch on when I started stitching on, because it's so easy to stitch on now, having stitched on like 36 count linen. But yeah, that's where this one is at. So I want to get this done for her for Christmas. So I do have like 6 weeks. I don't know how many weeks there are till Christmas to get this one done. But this is a priority to get done. So as I actually have like a chunk of time, even if it's only 30 minutes, I am picking it up and working on like the parts that I need the pattern for. And then if I only have like a few minutes, or I just don't want to have to look at the pattern or something, I'm going and I'm working on those chunks of color that are just fill-in, because I like to have some easy stuff. So yeah, that's where that one is at. So that one and my son's ornament are my priority stitches for right now that I need to get done. And okay, so this one, Georgia Girl Stitching, I love her, and she kind of enabled me. If you have not seen one of her recent videos, I think she shared it in both of her recent videos. She's got a mock-up of changing this piece, and I loved it. So this is by Long Dog Samplers. It's 1 down, 3 across, and it was not available initially when I went to go to 1 2 3 Stitch. So I put to request when it was available, and they sent me that it was available, so I picked it up. And she's not doing it on all white. In all white. She is changing it up to have red and green and white, and she even changed some of the words. So like goose, she changed to mouse. I'm still trying to see what I want to change this one to. I don't know if I want to do mouse. I don't want to do goose either, because that's not. But she has got some really great changes in words. I can't remember what the other ones were. But she's got a mock-up on her video. So go watch her video and you'll see her mock-up. So this one's going to be a long project. I am stitching it on, I want to say 36 count. Should I put a note? Nope, I don't think I put a note in here on what I'm stitching it on. Let's see. It might still be on. I think this is, 36 count purled barley. So I am stitching it on 36 count. And I started in the top left corner of this one, which is weird for me. I don't normally start there. So I just have a teeny tiny start. I have actually ordered some Morgan hoops, I think, from Amazon. Not Amazon, Joann's. They had them on sale. And so those are coming in like tomorrow, maybe, in the mail. And I think for this, I'm gonna need a hoop. And who was it that I was watching that mentioned the Morgan hoop? It was the Museum Stitcher. She was talking about the Morgan hoop and how she loves it. It doesn't leave lines, and it's a great, so I actually got 2, like the 5-inch and the 7-inch, I think. But for this larger count, I think I'm going to need something to help me with my stitches. And I want this piece to look nice as well. So I'm not gonna work on that one until I get that in the mail, to where I can hopefully make it look cleaner. I'm still working, because linen is still new to me, especially the higher counts, working on how to make my stitches look nice and clean. All right, so I do have some haul, obviously. How can you not? Let's see if I can. I've got some fabric, because I had some fabric clubs come in, some 1 2 3 stitch order with fabrics. I've actually got another one. I've got more haul coming in. I've got a project bag coming today that I am ridiculously excited about. So I can't wait to share that. So I did get the finishing kits for, this one is for the Autumn Quaker. So that's the finishing kit. And then the Christmas Quaker, that Primrose Cottage, I got the finishing kit for it and forgot to get the chart, because you know why. So I'm gonna wait till it comes out on PDF, and then I'll get the PDF. I'm pretty sure they're doing a PDF, and then I'll stitch that one, because I did not get the chart and I don't want to pay for shipping again. I don't know what I was thinking. I just would not. All right, so October from, let's see, this is Color and Cotton, was Overcast. This is a 32 count Belfast linen. There we go. So I got that one. I'm working on my linen stash. And this one is September, and it's Travertine. Some interesting names. It's just a very light, good neutral. So those came in. I had a 1, 2, 3 stitch order because I needed to get the 1 down 3 across. And so with that, it can't travel alone. Shipping, you want to make your shipping worth it. So this is Pumpkin Farm Petites. I love those. I want to stitch them next year. They're so small too. By Little House Needleworks. And let's see. This was also part of that haul. Quirky Quaker Turtle, because I like the Quakers, and it's turtle. And he'll be small and cute to stitch. So that was by Darling and Whimsy Designs. And then this was on clearance, and I think I might stitch these, one for each daughter next year as an ornament. These cute little mermaids. And it's just a kit. It's by Clark. I don't know what that is. It was just a kit that was on clearance for like $2. But it comes with the Ada. I don't know if I'll stitch it on that and what it called for. I will change the hair color probably to match their hair color, I think. So I've got a blonde and I've got a brunette. So I'm sticking those for ornaments. All right, my keepsakes haul. I actually did really good with keepsakes. I was very proud of myself. It was wonderful, but it was also overwhelming. We only were there for like an hour because we had gone to the zoo that morning and the Cincinnati Zoo, and the kids were, they were great, but it had been a long day. And no, we'd gone to the Ark that day. And there was still an hour drive to keepsakes and then an hour drive back to the campsite. So I didn't want to take up too much time with the kids, but they were wonderful. They offered for them to go outside and play. They told us about a park that was nearby, but in the end they stayed with us and they did fine. So what I picked up while I was there was Harvest Tiny Town to continue on with my Tiny Town collection. And of course I had to get Harvest Frill with it. I got the Wee Santa. And then I wanted one project that I kitted up. I didn't do fabric, but I did. This one was stitched as a model. They have so many models. It was amazing. And this is by the Scarlet House. It's Autumn Alphabet. It was beautiful. And so I picked this one up and I got all the called for floss to go with it. And it took me forever to find it. I don't know how. I lost it. I was like, how do you lose the floss that was in this bag? I don't know. So here are the called for colors. There's 4 of them. So it is Classic Colorworks Caterpillar, Sampler Threads Nutmeg, Classic Colorworks Gingerbread Snap, and Pollywog. So some great fall colors. So I don't know what fabric I'll do that on though. And then I did get some needles as well. So I got Peacemakers 28 and 26. So because I'm stitching on the 36 count fabric now, I needed size 28 needles because I was using 26 and I know that's probably not good. My holes were getting too big, and so I went and got the smaller needles, which has helped, I think, with making my stitching look better for those. And then, let's see, part of my 1, 2, 3 stitch order was some fabric, and hopefully the lighting will be okay for this. And this is 36 count Edinburgh, so I just got like some small sizes. So it's an 8 by 12. I think I have some more coming in the mail with the cardinal, because the cardinal couldn't travel alone either. I'm trying to build that stash. I should probably go through all my fabric that I already have, which I'm supposed to do to organize my craft room. I've got bins of fabric I need to go through. This is 36 count doubloon, which actually, I think Stitchy Friends was just talking about this fabric, and I was like, oh, that's beautiful, I should get it. Well, apparently I have it. This is why I need to go through my stash. 36 count Legacy, which I've stitched Legacy before and I love it, but I've done it in even weave and it was 28 count, 32 count. So I wanted to get some in that. And then this is Opal, 36 count. So all 36, I like that. That's a dark chocolatey color. That's pretty. And then finally I got a bag from So Much to Love. They are on Etsy, I think. Pretty sure it's Etsy. They also have a Bag of the Month Club, which I think I signed up for 6 next year. I didn't get a confirmation. I need to email probably and find out to make sure that went through. But if you know, you know. It's a turtle. I had to get it. It's so cute. And she's got great bags. Comes with like this little felt heart pull, and let's see, the inside fabric is really cute. So I have not used this yet, but I am going to use it now that I've showed it. And what's going to go in it is, oh, this is part of my haul and plans. And then I've got one more haul that I will share here in a second. So Stitchy Mommy came up with her next temperature chart. She did temperature Quakers last year, and Cornhusker State Stitcher's been stitching it. I want to do Quaker. It may have to wait till 2025. I was going to do it next year, but then this came out, and I was like, nope, I'm sold. Because it's temperature turtles. Yes, it is. So my plan, because each turtle, the fins and the head and the legs, and all of that, is just one color. So I want to go through, and then the shell is what's the temperature. I want to go through before the new year. So I guess once I get my assignments, I'm going to call them assignments, like Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. I just found her. I don't know why I had not found her. I found her like a month ago, and I love her. I was behind the clock, 8 ball on that one. So anyways, I want to go through and stitch all of those parts because it's the same color. And then that way when the new year starts, I'm ready to just jump in with the colors. I still have to pull all of the DMC. I think I'm going to, like Black Friday maybe, see if there's a sale on DMC and just get all of them and then flash drop them. I don't want to go through my stash because I'm lazy. And that's a lot of colors, I feel like. We'll see what I end up doing. So this is I don't know what fabric this is. I don't think, I didn't have it, I haven't cut it either. But this is what I'm going to stitch it on. So I think the mock-up is on white. But this is like a light blue. I wanted it to look like water, kind of like my Quaker turtles that I started is on a blue like this, but it's a little bit different. And so this is the color that I'm going to do it on. I think it's a 28 count. It might be, it's an even weave. It's probably a Lugana, I would say. It's definitely not Monaco or anything like that. So I'm going to stitch it on that. So that's my plan. And now that I have shown you my turtle bag, it's going to go in my turtle bag. Because I want it to go in that bag. I haven't used that bag yet. Okay. Last bit of haul, and then one more thing I will share. There was on Stash Unload a whole bunch of Lizzie Kates for like $2, I want to say, each. And yes, I may have gone a little bit crazy because these are the yearbook ones and they are not in order. Let's see if I can put them in order super duper fast. All right. So this is the yearbook collection, and on the back you can see like the entire year. So I got all of them. There's 2 per chart. So this one comes with January, February. We've got March and April, May and June, July and August, September, October, November, December, and I've got another one back there that is not that. So I'm excited to have those because they were on my 1, 2, 3 stitch wish list, and Stash Unload, $2. Yes, please. They have like little buttons and charms. They came with the charms and everything in them, so that's exciting. And then there were a few others. So this is Mary. I actually have no idea if I already have this one or not. I might. I hope not, but I might. But it's very cute. And then this was one of the jingles that I did not have, so I'm working on my jingles collection. I've got 3 or 4 of them now. I just am not stitching it yet, so I didn't feel the need to do that. And then I got this one because I'm going to stitch it probably for my sister-in-law because I think she'll really like it. She likes Halloween. And I actually might stitch these for myself as well because this one's cute. I won't do all of them, and I definitely won't do it. This is Tingles, the whole thing. But okay, now we're through all of my haul. One last thing was my dear friend Beth, who lives just south of me, sent me several wonderful packages. So number one, I need to say thank you to her. And so there were patterns, there were finishing boards, fabric galore. I thought I'd just share a sneak peek of some of those that I received. Primarily, she sent me a Blackbird book home for the holidays, and I'm so excited for this one. It's so pretty. Some amazing charts. And there are, Some Shane Christine in here. That one's beautiful. Just a bag full of wonderful charts and finishing pieces. I can't wait to put them together. There's one from One for One Design Company, and I know what I'm going to put on it. I just have to stitch it now. So I cannot wait. I'm hoping next year to put that in the plans. I do have several packages coming. I have to say that quietly. From some things that I'm excited about. So for my plans for the end of the year, I am working on all my ornaments. So I'm planning to do this would be my third ornament parade that I have done. So I'm planning on doing that here in the next few weeks. Hopefully, if not by the end of the month, early December. And so that's one of the things. And then I want to do an end of the year whip parade. So those are probably the last two videos of the year that I will end up doing. I'm not sure how much stitching is going to get done in the next few weeks at the end of the year, because I need to organize that craft room. So I go into the new year organized. I need to stitch the Stitching Mommy turtles, finish my assignments, and I'll post pictures when those are finished on my Instagram. So if you don't follow me, feel free to. It's Lovin's Stitching on, I think it's Lovins.Stitching maybe on Instagram. And so you can see where I'm stitching on, because I'm trying to be better about sharing on there since my videos have been a little bit further between. And then we'll see what the new year brings. I do have some ideas of what I want to do. I think going through my whips will definitely help me to figure out what those ideas are going to be, and what's realistic. Plans are just plans, because everything does not happen accordingly. Life update. I mean, we're just kind of plugging along. Things are going well. Things are busy with school and kids and activities. My daughter is doing great. Maddie's doing fantastic. She is sleeping right now. Excuse me. We do have a surgery in the new year. We meet with the surgeon in December to plan that out, and that is for her open cleft palates that she's got. She's got the full cleft. The hard and soft are both missing in her mouth from birth. So we do have that surgery to plan for in February, March timeframe, I think. We'll see what the surgeon says and when to plan that out. But that'll be in the new year. And so I just don't know. We'll see what the new year brings. We're hoping for a good year, though. And I just hope that everyone has, I know Canada, I think, already celebrated their Thanksgiving. We've got American Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas. So whatever it is that you're celebrating, I hope that it is great, that you're able to get some stitching time in and relax. I'm anxious to finish getting my tree. This is the cross-stitch tree. I think I mentioned that already. That I'm excited to get finished and finish getting my house put together with all the decorations, so that we can just sit back and enjoy it and not be overwhelmed by the chaos. We started working on the lights last night outside the house. I want to do it while it's still warm. I don't want to be doing it out there while I'm freezing. And the kids are very excited to start on that. We've had weather that's gone back and forth between cold and back to more fall-like weather now, so I want to do that before that. This weekend, my family's going to the Biltmore with my sister-in-law and her husband's family and kids, and so we're excited to kind of kick off the Christmas season with that, and then we'll have all of the usual Christmas activities that we do with my kids. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Not anything really noteworthy to mention, just life plugging along. It's very busy with 3 kids. I saw a meme that said 1 kid is 1 kid, 2 is 2, and 3 is like 575,280. Something ridiculous. And 3 kids definitely has rocked our world, but in so many good ways. It's very fun, and just spending time with them, and stitching when I can, how I can. Lots of car stitching when I'm able to, or early mornings. 5:15 has been my go-to time lately, before everyone gets up, to get a little bit of stitching in if I can. Sometimes I sleep though instead. Just depends on the day and how I'm feeling. Anyway, I hope everyone has a great weekend and some great holiday seasons. I will be back by the end of the new year with those 2 videos. That's the plan, at least. So hopefully that will actually happen. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with me. It has been great to share a little bit of my progress. I've really enjoyed keeping up with everyone on Instagram and in the Flosstube world, as I can watch. 2 that I just found, I'll share this real quick. The Sassy Southern Stitchers. go check them out. They're great. I've really enjoyed watching. I'm on their second video, and they put out a third one last week. So they're a new one to me. There's been some others that I keep coming across. I'm like, why have I not, like, Pumpkin Hollow Quilts? I hadn't found her yet. So I've been watching her. Welcome back to Java Girl Stitches. Excited that she's back to share her amazing creativity with us. So yeah, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will catch you hopefully in a couple weeks.